Eli wiped the grease from his hands and glanced around the crowded spaceport. Ships of all shapes and sizes thrummed with energy. Some glowed with blue engines, while others rattled and shook like they were held together with hope alone. Merchants shouted in dozens of alien languages, offering everything from rare minerals to illegal cybertech. Humans hustled through the crowd, some with cargo, others with nothing but their determination. Eli always felt a strange mix of comfort and anxiety here. This was his home, yet he never felt like he belonged. He adjusted the strap of his tool belt and walked toward the damaged freighter that had been sitting in the repair bay for weeks. The freighter's hull was scratched, dented, and its engine gave off an irregular hum that no one could explain. Other engineers had given up, calling it beyond repair. Eli, however, had a habit of seeing potential where others saw only broken metal. As he leaned over the ship's open engine panel, a soft vibration ran through the platform beneath him. He looked up instinctively, and then he saw her. She was stepping off a sleek silver ship that looked nothing like anything Eli had seen before. Her skin shimmered faintly, catching the light in a way that made her almost glow. Her eyes, large, deep, and intelligent, locked onto his for the briefest moment. That moment lasted only a second, but it was enough. Eli felt as if the air around him had changed. His chest tightened. He realized he had forgotten to breathe. He blinked, trying to shake the feeling. It was impossible. He had never experienced anything like it before. She did not speak, yet her presence was commanding. Alien merchants froze mid-step, some whispering to each other in hushed tones. Others gave a wide berth, sensing something unfamiliar and dangerous about her. And then, as quickly as she had appeared, she walked into the crowd, her silver ship looming behind her like a silent guardian. Eli's curiosity overrode caution. He wanted to follow, to speak, to understand. He had no idea who she was, what species she belonged to, or why she had that effect on him, but something told him he could not look away. "Hey," Eli called, his voice shaking slightly. He jogged a few steps, but the crowd swallowed her instantly. She moved with purpose, ignoring the chaos around her. Eli pushed through, trying to keep sight, but the platform's structure and the sea of people made it impossible. Frustrated, he stopped. Sweat ran down his temple. He knew following blindly would be dangerous, yet every instinct screamed that he could not let her disappear. A sudden commotion drew his attention. Several shadowy figures, tall, armored, moving with silent precision, emerged from the crowd, scanning the area. Eli's stomach sank. These were not ordinary mercenaries, they were hunters, bounty hunters, and they were looking for her. Panic flared in him, but his mind raced. The alien woman might be in serious danger. He had no weapons, no backup, and no idea what he could do. Still, he could not stand by. Eli grabbed a nearby tool cart and quietly approached the edge of the crowd. He spotted her again, paused near a narrow alley, her back straight and her eyes scanning. She was waiting, or maybe planning. Either way, Eli felt a strange connection, as if she had noticed him earlier and was silently asking for help. A deep breath steadied him. He approached, careful not to make noise. As he got closer, a shadow loomed over the alley entrance. One of the bounty hunters had spotted her. Without thinking, Eli shouted, "Over here!" The alien woman turned sharply, surprise flashing across her features. Before she could react, Eli grabbed a loose crate and pushed it, sending it crashing into the hallway. The sound drew the hunter's attention. The alien woman darted into the alley as the hunter moved toward the noise. Eli's heart pounded. He followed, ducking behind containers and debris. Somehow he had managed to delay the hunter, but he knew it would not last long. The alien woman stopped and looked back at him. There was no fear in her gaze, only a quiet determination. I'm Eli," he said, trying to sound confident. "I can help you." Her eyes narrowed slightly, assessing him. Then slowly she nodded. Not a lot. Not enough to speak words, but enough to show trust. Eli felt a thrill run through him. He had no idea what he was getting into, but he could not let her face danger alone. He followed her as she slipped through the alleys, navigating the spaceport's hidden pathways with skill and grace. As they moved, Eli finally asked the question he could not resist. Who are you? Her gaze softened just a fraction. Someone you were not meant to see, she said, her voice a whisper but carrying weight. And someone others want very badly. That only raised more questions. What did she mean? Who wanted her? And why had their brief meeting, just a look, shaken him so deeply? Eli had no answers, only instincts telling him that helping her was more than just a choice. It was fate. Suddenly, a shadow fell over them. Another hunter had joined the first, moving faster than he thought possible. Eli froze. He looked at her, expecting fear. Instead, she gave a small, almost imperceptible smile. It was as if she had planned for this. "Follow me," she said, and without waiting for a reply, she dashed into a narrow maintenance shaft. Eli hesitated only for a heartbeat before sprinting after her, heart racing, mind spinning. For the first time in his life, Eli realized something extraordinary. The galaxy was bigger, stranger, and far more dangerous than he had ever imagined. And somehow, because of one look, he was part of it now. As they disappeared into the shadows of the spaceport, Eli felt one undeniable truth settle in his chest. Whatever lay ahead, his life would never be the same. Eli ran through the narrow maintenance shaft, his heart pounding in his chest. The alien woman moved effortlessly ahead of him, her long limbs carrying her with a grace that made her seem almost unreal. The faint hum of engines and distant shouts reminded him they were not alone. He had no idea what kind of danger they faced, but instinct told him it was serious. They emerged into a hidden docking bay, dimly lit and mostly abandoned. The alien woman stopped and glanced at Eli, her expression unreadable. "Quickly," she said. "There is a ship here. We can leave before they catch us." Eli's eyes widened. "You have a ship?" "Yes, but you must move fast," she said, turning toward a sleek silver craft tucked into a shadowed corner. Its design was unlike any human ship, smooth, elegant, and glowing faintly with energy that seemed alive. Eli felt a strange mixture of awe and fear. They reached the ship and she handed him a small, strange device. "This will help you operate it." "You do as I say," she instructed. Eli nodded, trying to mask his nervousness. He had piloted ships before, but nothing like this. The moment his hands touched the controls, a pulse ran through him, and he instinctively understood some of the ship's systems. No sooner had they lifted off than alarms sounded. The bounty hunters were closing in faster than he expected. Eli gripped the controls, heart hammering as the alien woman guided him. "Hold steady. Don't panic," she said, her voice calm and controlled. The hunters fired, energy beams streaking toward them. Eli twisted the controls, narrowly dodging one beam, then another. Sparks flew across the dashboard as the ship shuddered, but it held. The alien woman's eyes scanned the stars ahead, calculating every move. "You humans are slower than my people," she said quietly, almost amused. "But your improvisation, it is unpredictable." Eli swallowed, still trying to keep the ship steady. "Improvisation? I just hope we don't die." She allowed a small smile, though it didn't last long. "Stay focused. There is a place where you can catch your breath, but it will not be easy to reach." As they jumped into hyperspace, Eli finally allowed himself to breathe. The stars stretched into long streaks around them, and for a moment the danger seemed far away. Yet he knew it was only temporary. When they exited hyperspace, a barren desert planet spread below them. Craters and rocky formations covered the surface, making it nearly impossible to land unnoticed. "This is it," the alien woman said. "A safe house of sorts. But we are not alone." Eli's brow furrowed. "Not alone? Who else is here?" "The hunters have allies," she said. "We must move quickly before they arrive." The landing was rough. Eli struggled to control the ship as it bounced across jagged rocks, but with her guidance, they managed to land in a hidden canyon. Dust swirled around them as they disembarked, the alien woman moving with purpose while Eli followed, still trying to catch his breath. They reached a small cave at the canyon's edge. Inside it was cooler, dimly lit by glowing crystals embedded in the walls. Eli took a moment to look around. The cave felt like a natural fortress hidden from the outside world. "Why are they after you?" he asked, finally breaking the silence. The alien woman paused, considering her words. "My people were hunted," she said finally. The empire that destroyed my home seeks what I carry. It is knowledge, a key to something greater. If it falls into the wrong hands, it could destroy worlds. Eli nodded, absorbing the weight of her words. He realized the danger was far larger than he had imagined. He, a simple engineer from a human colony, was now part of something that could change the fate of the galaxy. "Why me?" he asked quietly. "Why did you look at me?" "The first time?" Her eyes softened slightly. "Because you noticed. Most humans would have ignored me or turned away, but you were different." Eli felt heat rise to his cheeks. He had never been good at compliments, especially from someone so extraordinary. I just didn't want you to get caught," he muttered. "Perhaps that is enough," she said, almost as if it were a compliment. The calm was short-lived. The cave trembled slightly, a faint hum in the distance. Eli looked toward the entrance. The bounty hunters had found them. "They are close," the alien woman said. "We must move again. I can take us somewhere safer, but it will require speed and trust." Eli followed her outside, feeling the wind whip across the rocky canyon. She activated the ship, which now seemed alive with energy. Eli climbed in, hands gripping the strange controls, ready to do whatever it took. As they lifted off, the hunters fired again, but the alien woman had a plan. She led Eli through a maze of canyons, weaving between cliffs and rocks with precision. The hunters struggled to follow, their ships hitting obstacles or being forced to slow down. "You humans," she said, almost smiling. "Your unpredictability can be useful. You think in ways that others do not." Eli grinned despite the danger. "I call it luck," he said, twisting the controls to dodge a falling rock. They made a jump into hyperspace again, leaving the hunters far behind. For a moment, the stars stretched into streaks and silence settled over the cockpit. Eli finally allowed himself to relax, feeling a strange mixture of exhilaration and awe. "You have done well," the alien woman said, her voice calm. "Many would have failed by now. I just want to help," Eli said honestly. "I don't know why, but I feel like this, whatever this is, matters." She looked at him, her expression unreadable but softer than before. "It does matter, more than you can imagine. And perhaps our meeting was not by chance." They drifted in silence for a while, the stars stretching endlessly outside. Eli's mind raced, thinking about what she had said, the danger they faced, and the strange connection he felt toward her. Finally, she spoke again. "There is a place we can go. A ship, long thought lost. It may provide shelter, resources, and answers." Eli's eyes widened. "A lost ship? Here in human space?" "Yes, but it is not without risk," she warned. "We must reach it before our pursuers do, and it will test you. Your courage, your skill, and your resolve." Eli swallowed hard. He felt fear, yes, but also excitement. For the first time in his life, he felt alive in a way he never had before. The galaxy was vast, full of danger and mystery, but he was part of it now, and somehow he knew he could not turn back. As they charted a course toward the lost ship, Eli felt the strange, unexplainable connection to the alien woman grow stronger. He didn't know what it meant, but he knew this. The first time she looked at him, and he had forgotten to breathe, was only the beginning of something extraordinary. The stars streaked past as they sped through hyperspace, leaving behind the chaos of the spaceport, the hunters, and the narrow escapes. The galaxy stretched before them, full of unknown challenges and unseen allies. Eli gripped the controls tightly, ready for whatever lay ahead, knowing that humanity and his courage would be tested like never before. And somewhere deep inside, he knew that this chase across the stars was only the first step toward proving that humans were capable of greatness, even in a galaxy that underestimated them at every turn. The lost ship loomed ahead like a ghost in the void, half buried in the asteroid belt that surrounded it. Its hull was scarred and dark, but its massive size made it unmistakable. Long thought destroyed decades ago, it had become a legend among human engineers and spacefarers. Eli's eyes widened. He had only read about such ships in old stories. To see it now, floating silently in the stars, was breathtaking. "This is it," the alien woman said, her voice low but steady. "If we can reach it, we may finally find shelter, and perhaps answers." Eli nodded, gripping the controls of their small ship tightly. "I hope it's not a trap," he said, though even he felt the thrill of approaching something so legendary. The alien woman's eyes softened slightly. "Everything in life carries risk, Eli. The difference lies in how you face it." They maneuvered carefully among the asteroids, weaving between massive rocks that could crush a ship instantly. Eli's hands moved with steady confidence, though every heartbeat reminded him of the hunters still chasing them. The silver ship moved smoothly under his control, responding to every command with near-perfect precision. As they reached the entrance to the massive derelict, sensors flickered. The ship was surprisingly intact inside, though dark and silent. The alien woman guided them to a docking bay, her knowledge of the vessel's layout astonishing. Eli followed closely, awe mixed with anxiety. "Stay close," she whispered. "I don't know what you'll find inside, but be ready for anything." The docking clamps engaged and their small ship shuddered as it locked in place. Eli took a deep breath. The lost ship was massive, a floating fortress of old human engineering. Its corridors were wide and dark, lined with rusted panels and abandoned machinery. The silence pressed on him, but he could feel potential in every system. "We need to find the control room," the alien woman said. "It will give us access to the ship's defenses and resources. It may also tell us more about what this ship truly holds." They moved through the corridors carefully, listening for any sign of pursuit. The alien woman's senses seemed heightened. She could detect the faintest movement, the tiniest shift in sound. Eli felt both nervous and amazed. He had always believed humans were clever, but seeing her skill made him realize how little he understood about the universe's dangers. Suddenly, a warning light flickered across the console nearby. Eli turned, eyes wide. "Hunters?" he whispered. The alien woman shook her head. "Not them. The ship is reacting to our presence. It senses that we have entered." The ship's systems came online slowly, lights flickering on and panels humming with life. Eli stepped closer to one console, his fingers itching to touch it. "I've never seen tech like this, but I think I can work with it." "Be careful," the alien woman warned. "We do not know which systems are safe. Some may trigger defenses." Eli studied the interface. It was old human tech, but advanced in ways he had never imagined. With careful movements, he began accessing the ship's archives, activating systems one by one. The alien woman watched, her eyes scanning the shadows, alert for any threats. Hours passed, though it felt like minutes. Together they activated communications, restored power to key systems, and even managed to start some of the ship's defensive drones. Eli marveled at the ingenuity of human engineers from centuries ago. Every tool, every mechanism seemed designed for survival in the harshest conditions. "We should be safe for now," the alien woman said, relaxing slightly. "But our enemies will not give up. They will find us eventually." Eli nodded, though he felt a strange confidence. I think we can face them. Together." Her gaze met his, and for the first time he felt the weight of trust between them. It was not just about survival, it was about respect, understanding, and connection. She had chosen to trust him, and he had proven capable. But the calm did not last long. Outside, movement stirred. The bounty hunters had arrived, their ships circling the derelict like vultures. Eli's stomach tightened, but he took a deep breath and focused. "We can use the ship's systems against them," he said, pointing to the control panel. "We can rig the defenses to trap them." The alien woman nodded. "Good. Your mind works in ways my people do not always expect. That is why you are valuable." Together they activated the ship's defense systems. Energy shields flickered to life. Turret drones whirred as they prepared to engage, and the derelict ship itself seemed to awaken from its long slumber. Eli felt a surge of pride. Humans may have been underestimated across the galaxy, but here his skills, combined with ingenuity, were making a difference. The bounty hunters fired first, their beams slicing through space toward the ship. But the derelict responded immediately. Turrets rotated, shields flared, and energy barriers redirected attacks. Eli guided the systems, calculating trajectories, activating countermeasures, and improvising as needed. The alien woman moved with precision, directing drones and coordinating attacks. Her species' technology, combined with human innovation, created a synergy the hunters did not anticipate. One by one, the attackers' ships were disabled, forced to retreat or risk destruction. Eli's heart raced. He had never felt such intensity, such exhilaration. The combination of danger, strategy, and action made him realize humanity's true strength, adaptability. Humans could face situations others found impossible, and somehow find a way to turn the tide. Finally, silence fell over the derelict once more. The bounty hunters had been forced to retreat, unable to overcome the combined efforts of human cleverness and alien skill. Eli slumped back, exhausted but triumphant. The alien woman approached, her expression unreadable at first. Then she placed a hand on his shoulder, a gesture of acknowledgement, respect, and something deeper. "You have done well," she said softly. "Not just for yourself, but for humans. You have proven your worth." Eli felt a warmth in his chest, a sense of pride he had never known. I just wanted to help. I didn't know it would turn out like this." "You helped because you chose to," she said. "That is what makes humans remarkable. You act with courage, creativity, and determination, even when the odds are against you." They moved to the ship's observation deck, looking out at the stars. The galaxy stretched endlessly, full of mystery, danger, and opportunity. Eli realized something profound. Humans were often underestimated, overlooked, and dismissed, but they had resilience, ingenuity, and heart. The alien woman turned to him, her gaze lingering. "When I first looked at you," she said quietly, "I did not know why. But now I see it clearly. Humans are capable of extraordinary things, and you are extraordinary." Eli felt a strange mix of humility and pride. He had gone from a quiet engineer in a busy spaceport to a key part of a battle that had proven humanity's value in the galaxy. And he had done it not alone, but alongside someone who had changed everything for him. As they prepared to leave the derelict, setting a course for deeper human space, Eli knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of challenges and adventures yet to come, but he felt ready. Humans may be underestimated, but he had seen what they could do when pushed to the edge, and now he had a partner who trusted him, challenged him, and believed in him. Together they would face whatever came next: bounty hunters, empires, or unknown threats lurking in the void. And somewhere deep inside, Eli realized that the moment she first looked at him, and he forgot to breathe, had started a journey that would change both of their lives, and perhaps the galaxy itself, forever. As their ship disappeared into the stars, leaving the derelict behind, Eli allowed himself a small, proud smile. Humanity had proven its worth, and he knew that with courage, ingenuity, and trust, there was no limit to what they could achieve. The galaxy awaited, and Eli was ready.